Howdy folks, welcome back to Out of Ore. Got a big project today. I'm up here at the iron/copper mine and I'm redoing things. So I wasn't super happy with the load setup I have. What I want to be able to do is come up here with the truck, pull in, load up, back out, head on out. So I've been moving some dirt. You can see I've got rid of some of this stuff and been kind of reconfiguring the plant here. So we're going to move some more dirt and we're going to try to get this to fit the vision I have in my head. We'll see how that goes. First of all though, we got some dirt to move. And the sun is going down. It's almost the end of another day here. I don't know that it keeps track of the calendar day. We've had at least a few days this series. See, I've got the roller up here. I have been moving the dirt over and smoothing it out. Still kind of widening out the plateau here. Got a bunch of metal smelting down below. Did a couple trips, I think, in between episodes. I believe the last episode was digging into the mine here. Sometimes it's hard to keep track. Well, I messed that all up, didn't I? I wish the dirt would just fall out of the bucket when it's sipped over. Eh, well. So, got a whole bunch of dirt to move. Kind of wish I could get a bigger loader, but if we go look at vehicles, we have to get to level 45. We talked about that in an earlier episode. There's a huge gap in the loaders that we're building. So no loader for me for a long time. L11 is where it's at. Thought about getting the dozer, but I think I would just get frustrated. Got the roller kind of bump around it. And not too bad. Alright, let's get some of that tamped down here with the loader. I say with the loader. Roller. Come on, brain, engage. I think it was going to be smoothing out there for a little bit. We got this a little bit high. If we can get it by driving into it. There we go. Gradually widening the shelf here. And fall off the cliff. That won't do anybody any good. I'm hoping the audio is better. I keep going back and forth on the audio. Like I said, it's a little bit of a pain between the audio bugs in the game, and then if I reboot my computer, it tends to reset a lot of my audio levels for some reason. If I get that sorted out. But I'm hoping this episode will be good. So let me know. I know I've had some feedback on some of the videos where the audio was too low. But let me know how this one sounds. I'll try to keep that dialed in. Struggle sometimes. Where'd you come from, mushrooms? Can I vibrate you away? Probably not. Nope. Mushrooms are made of tough stuff. Not tougher than my pickaxe, though. Alright, let's get back to moving dirt. And then I think I'm going to make a concrete foundation up here for the truck to come up and park on. Have to work that in. They do have some like dirt flow mechanics. Yeah, it kind of flowed downhill. That's kind of interesting. I know I want to go back in here. Oops. Skip right over the dirt I meant to get. I want to go back in there a ways. So I'm going to get a little more dirt moved and then we'll start putting down a concrete foundation. Work around. We'll have to have, of course, some way to get up to the foundation. But I don't want to build it too tall. You can kind of use the bucket to delete some. Reminds me, somebody was saying, it was in a stream I was watching. Oh, what does that dude's name? Like Simulad or something like that? Watching this stream the other night. They were saying that, was it Dramite? Or one of the explosives deletes dirt rather than making it crumble. I should try that. We try some boom boom? A little bit of danger putty in our lives? We could give that a whirl. See how poorly it goes. Let's actually drop a save. We'll try some explosions. Takes a little while to save. Alright, do I have... Granite? I think that's what they said. Let's get like 4 of those. And I left my detonator in my other pants. I did have it down there and I moved it. So we'll have to teleport down. I never remember which L11 is. If I stuck that in. Of course, we got the Anfo, so I guess we can try both. I'm sure the Anfo will turn it into dirt to keep it big. At least it does when it's overhead. Let's see what the old Dramite does, or Dramite? I'm not sure how you say that. Let's touch some of that off and see what happens. Famous last words. Fire in the hole! Yeah, I mean, that looked pretty similar to the Anfo, didn't it? Try some Anfo now and see what happens. 4 of those. Is there a difference? Fire in the hole! I think other than radius, that was pretty much the same. Didn't really see any difference, so I don't know. Let me know if I'm missing something obvious there that's been done. Let's use up the rest of this. Fire in the hole! Okay, go grab some dirt. We can maybe it deleted some, or at least it settled back down differently. Alright, I've got the truck here. Let's do a little speculative measuring. Whack this with the shovel a little bit. Some of the work of it. Now. Whack, whack, whack. Alright, come here, truck. Need to see. Maybe I need to stick another little ramp there or something. Alright, so we come up the road. And then I want to just like pull in here somehow. And load up. And then back out and drive away. So the pulling in and the backing out, we've got plenty of room for that. Just the loaders out of the way. Just need to figure out where the platform goes, and then more importantly, how to get the loading bits. And I've kind of gone back and forth. What I'm thinking about doing is just storing, and then have a separate dedicated hopper, you know, like we do over at the other end, a separate loading unit. But I kind of go back and forth on that. I can't decide what I want to do. Let's go ahead and shut this off. Idling in our ear. Let's get some blocks. So I want that down a level. The next down level. I want that down a level. Otherwise, we're going to have to build, you know, quite a ramp to get up on it. All right, so that'll be our like speculative loading bay. At least probably 3 wide. Kind of work around that. I think the other one we had was 4 wide, maybe. We don't need to be able to dump on it. So then, of course, to get to that point, we're going to need some bits and bobs. We're going to need at least a 2x. And that's going to interfere with that. So we did. Let's get our left and right. We turned right. Back to snap. Then back left. Yeah, see, we're still... You want it into... It's just ugly. We need a different corner. Yeah, that's not doing it for me. A little bit ugly. I thought about doing a stream of this because there's going to be a lot of like changing of my mind as we do this. And the shaker screen. Yeah, it's going to do it interfere with that. The problem is if we come out, so if we come out 2, does that hit there? Shaker screen straight. Come out 2. Have our left. Yeah, see, we can't get, and it interferes with that. We almost need to move the wash plant over 1. Or actually, would that fit underneath? Get the shaker screen and then left. Yeah, that'll fit underneath. Maybe I need to redo the wash plant. Well, I was pretty happy with how that looked. We need to redo this part. Dig out more there. Let's play with this a little bit. So we got left. If we come back around into the left, this is what needs loaded. Shaker screen. The stuff that gets loaded comes out the back. So this, yeah, the stuff that comes out the back. So this needs to go in the truck. So we could even come over and then say go up. My elevator. Up and then left. Then come over. Or should I just go into storage and then do the dedicated loading plant? I don't know. That's why I was going to stream this. Otherwise, it's going to be a video of me changing my mind a dozen times. So we could come out on the come out into a storage. Then we need to move a lot more dirt to get the wash plant squared away. Or we could go to the left. Storage. Or if I'm just going to put it in storage, I don't even need the shaker screen. Everything's just going into storage. I know I can see the comments. They don't need. Yeah. You there. And we could just, yeah, we could just literally go right into, not even bother with the shaker screen. Up a little high though, isn't it? What's our best down? We have it down. That's the last week. Down and then into a storage. And we have a separate loading bay set up over here. And that gets us back to where we have our wash at the north. Come back to our wash plant. Separates it out, and then it could go right into storage. Or if we could get a merger in here somehow. I haven't really used the merger. Those are at the same level. How does the merger? I have a little trouble getting it to play nice. I haven't figured out how to change the snap point on it. Like I can rotate it, except when it's snapped to something. Can't get it to not snap. It always snaps the same way. So if we did that, be huge, but then we could come out with a straight one at the right distance, and then into a storage. This is growing on me. Alternatively, we could use hoppers and chutes. Okay, I'm not totally opposed to that, but let's do something else. So if we had a chute, and do I have a chute? Oops, yeah, I have a chute. I don't think I have any, or whatever they're called. Little catchment guys. I could have this come down into something. And over. This would need to come. We need like a side merger. You know what I mean? All right, if we go to factory conveyors, there's a chute and then there's a something. Yeah, it's called a hopper. Okay. That would catch it. Could dump onto one of these. Let me buy one of these. So then this, if we put that in grid build, this would be do that to make a sharp turn. And we're kind of there's not a way to merge like in a T. Only merge coming in from the sides. So yeah, that doesn't really work. Well, all you people that wanted to see how the sausage was made, here you go. I like that. Does the hopper... No, it doesn't feed. It only catches and passes on. Okay. Well, what if do we have an up? We have an up 8x4. Do we have a regular up? 8, down, up. We have an up. What if I put another hopper here? I don't know how I'm going to power all. That'll be the fun part. So I need another chute and another. Bought. It didn't make the money sound, so I didn't think it had bought it. I need you to be. Both of the, or wait, no. No, that won't. I had an idea. It was a dumb idea. I think I just need more room. I could have these go into separate storages. I'll probably just do that. I wanted to kind of do something with chutes and whatnot, but I'm sure that's in the cards. About making this a lot bigger. So how much bigger would I need to make this? Up. Minute video stuff. And then if our wash plant, where did you go? Wash plant. Right here, there it is. YouTuber law, right? You can't see what's right in front. So then both of these could have chutes coming off of them. That. I wonder if this would work. So if we do that, and then we have a chute. And then we had just like a conveyor with a deck screen on it. Would that gather it up? Wonders. I have a deck screen, right? Deck screen. I left it in the apartment. Buy one. Just money. We got plenty of that. Will that work, though? I don't know if that'll work. I mean, try it. And then into a storage. Sure. Why not? Then I need a power here. I think. There's power. Power 1x. Power 1. And you're 178 kilowatts. So should be plenty. Doing 800 over here. I think I have a power pole. Let's just go buy one. We had to use the bigger ones. Expect it to work. And this is all pretty temporary. Testing purposes. Alright, green, green, green. And of course, why wouldn't it be? Doo-doo. And this is up, up. All right, I have material in here, so let's zoom that. Turn you on. Turn you on. And magic happens. Maybe. Sure if we'd had any pay dirt. These work if they're buried in the ground? Need to run some pay dirt through to make sure the wash plant's going out as expected. It looks like that stuff's going. Yeah, that stuff's all going. If this works, then I'll clear out some dirt. And then we'll just have to build a loading station over there to... I think there's more automation coming. I know they talked about automatic smelters and stuff in the latest update, so I'm hoping at some point maybe we'd have like a sorter, send stuff a certain direction. Maybe we'd have a storage with like an on-off where you could empty it out. Alright, let's make sure we have some pay dirt. Send that through. Where would we find pay dirt? Like 10 pay dirt. Yeah, it's going to be a while. Let's do this. Let's return that. Off this my inventory. Do just the pay dirt. Oh, it already had pay dirt in it. Just hadn't got to it yet. Yeah, it looks like it works through the ground. And then does it empty out into the chute? I think it does. Yeah, it's going through. There's an animation of it like falling through the conveyor, but I think it actually does work. Okay, well, that works. So let's get some dirt dug. I wish there was like a master switch. I need to redo the power pole situation. But that is working as intended, so let's get this stuff out of the way. Oh, nice. When you're full, it doesn't just delete it now. That's handy. Let me get a storage. You're our temporary storage. All things that can be stored in you. There we go, because I got too much stuff up here. Actually, can you just put regular stuff in there? Nice. Yeah. Okay. That's the first time I've seen it drop a box. Oh, that's cool. Our storage pond. All right, let's get these foundations out of the way. And let's get to moving the dirt. It's about the time of day we reduce some lights. You off down the mountain. And I know I'm going to get a dozen comments. Hey, you could have. Yeah, I could have. But I didn't. Lots of ways to do things. I might not always pick the way you would do it. Okay. My favorite though is I got some comments. I don't remember if it was this game or a different game. It's a big long comment on how I should be playing the game, and they don't even have the game. They've never even played it. Like, okay. It's not how the things work, but thanks for the engagement. I appreciate the comments. All the comments. Even the ones that I might think. Okay, we got a ways to go here. Top layer off. Man, one of those big loaders would be awesome right now. I also get a lot of comments about the quest. Since this is a hardcore series, I'm not doing any quests. It's just I mean, you can do the quest in hardcore. That's just a decision I made for this series. Good to know the quests are working out though. They were broken for a long time. It was Quad Thumb Gaming I might have been watching that. He had built a watchtower up on top of it. Takes a lot of trees. Looks like I tried to do some quests in season 3 and they were broken. I don't remember though. And this series has been very popular. Lots and lots and lots of new faces. Glad to see you, and I hope you'll stick around for other games, because I'm not going to play just this game. Yep, Season 4 will come to an end eventually. Be off playing other stuff. Be back. Out of War is definitely one of the long-term games here on the channel. Like a lot of other greats, Space Engineers, Railroader, Pharma, Motortown. There's just so many good games. Not enough time to play them all. Get over into my little pond. Let me delete some of this dirt. me get this dumped, and I'm going to see where we're at. Let me put some pieces back in. A bit of a dipsy doodle there. Alright, so we had an up, up. There it is. Way down at the bottom. We were coming up and then turning left, right? That's almost where we need to be. Let's go ahead and get the blocks down. That's basically our retaining wall. We're getting there. I knew we were going to have to move a lot of dirt. Fairly close. Take another scoop out of the bottom there. Alright, I think I'll get in there with the pick and shovel and finalize that. How long this video is going to be? Maybe like an hour-long video. Alright, so we had our river up. We had a wash plant. Cool. Then we had a chute. We had a gorge over here. So I'm going to clear just a little more of this out. I wish you could back drag, but it just fills the bucket if you try to back drag. I get it. It's not an easy technical problem to solve. It seems simple, but get into the actual programming, the physics of it. That's just we're in a pretty good place, I think, with the dirt. Just needs a little tweaking with like the interaction areas and some of the buckets and stuff. But overall, we're in pretty decent shape. Watch some of the earlier seasons with the Cocoa Puffs. Come a long way. Alrighty, let's get this all in place and see what it looks like. We have that coming across. We need the shoot. There. Had the big old straight coming across. Not a 3. The 4x, right? Yep, and then right into storage. And I don't know if we need the deck plate. Let's try without. I think the deck plate's just for driving on it. Whether we need that. Dumping in there. There are footings here for storage. Yeah, let's go ahead and make it solid. Solid-ish. Back in there. Add it. Pixel, where are you? There you are. Got it. And we're going to do wood pilings for this. Do however. Did I do it over here? I did just do wood pilings. Okay, so that'll go into our storage. Then we need a loading apparatus. Also, I need a power pole. Cross? I haven't sat down and like measured what. Then I wonder if I could do a pylon. Right here. Very close to what I wanted. That work? Is that gonna look dumb? Might work. I'll take it. Okay, we should be able to run material through here now, again. Let's get our stuff moved over. Have enough room. Problem. So. Okay, all ore type things go in there. Throw the dirt in there for now. Now we just need a loading thing for the truck to pull onto. And let's see how wide does that need to be? Need to be 4 wide? I'm thinking it's gonna. Oh, 3 is probably adequate for just a loading bay. Alright, we'll leave that there for scale reference. And right pixel. Wall there. And one more? Let's come in one more. Find this a little bit out with the pickaxe. Zoomed out. We'll have our little retaining wall. Okay, now we just need a loading sheet. So if we're all the way up, that needs to be like the back, right? Fully load the truck. Take this down a bit. So then we need our elevator up here. Direction is that fate? Yep. And then was it one over and then a chute? Also, do I have a chute? I've already forgotten. Hopper. I think I used both the that'd be one. Yeah, so we need to create one. That. Beautiful. Now we need a hopper. That. We need a little more dirt out of here. So I can put the hopper there. So we need a right hand. And hopper over there. I think that will all fit. Need a little more dirt out of there though. That with the scooper. Might have to move that elevator. Alternatively, I could put the elevator downhill. We don't have enough room up here. Also put it on the downhill side. Fuel load. So dirt spilling everywhere. Go get some fuel before I run out. So do I need a little ramp there? Yeah, that'll help a lot. Makes a little schmoother. Come on, camera. Play nice. It didn't scoop in quite as much as I wanted. It's hard to see here with the camera angle. No, we got a scoop. Okay, let's see if we can get... Oh, that's still way higher than it looked. That was in the cap. Fun. There we go. Try that. Scoop my feel since I can't see anything. Come from over here and see. Now we're cooking with gas. Out little roller. Wild man coming through. Okay, let's see if we can get our chute set up. This thing drawn to a conclusion. Smacky schmacky. Alright, we needed a right into there. We need a hopper coming out. I don't know that I have a loading hopper, whatever it's called. A big hopper. I have one of those. Like that? Nope. Oh, it is the right direction for Alto. Yeah, I think I can live with that. So the foundation is going to be over here. Need to clean this up a bit. Get my little light on here. Shadows are a little weird, but it's kind of handy having a look. Then we just need a little bit of power over here. On and off. Like that. And we're going to need a little power thing. Probably have over my other container, but not like we're hurting for money. Even on hardcore, incredibly easy. All right, power input 1x, please. And we're probably going to need at least a pile. Two. Put a wood floor on that just so it's natural. Yeah, we're gonna need another pole. Power pole. Probably over about here-ish. We're gonna need probably another one in the head and have it. Great. Come on. Get through there. Keep it an eye to buy stuff. That doesn't work. Or a view. Go up. You up. Ta-da. Power. Why no power? You overloaded? I have 1,300 watts. Are we over the limit? 490. You work. Did I forget to plug in a cable? Oh, I did. Have you tried plugging it in? The last resort. Got that little kid. Yeah, there we go. Alright, we should be able to load up our truck now. So say I wanted to take this iron ore over. Grab that. Move that to that hopper. Turn that on. Should start loading the truck. Maybe. I messed something up. Quite possible. Oh, I didn't consume it in the hopper. We'll get there. We'll get there in the end, folks. Yay! We have a loading station. And it's not even that terrible. Where did my light go? Does the light go off when you hop in the truck? Not even that terrible from a level perspective here as we pull in. I don't think we need that. We'll go with the 3 wide. Call it good. I'm going to move some of this stuff off of here. And I'm going to... And I think we're good. I like it. We can load stuff in the truck. That part works out grand. I need to make like some stairways and stuff around. Get that prettied up. I can dump the copper ore in here. Finish loading the truck with copper ore. I'll definitely be... I'll smooth this up. I'll get some catwalks and around to operate the thing. But I'm pretty happy with that overall. Load up and let her keep on loading. Alright, folks. I don't know if that'll be the thumbnail or not, but appreciate y'all hanging out. If you made it all the way to the end, give me a diggity dig in the comments. And I'll catch you in the next adventure. Take care.